Hey everyone, Richard Robbins here. Well, the numbers are in for the month of August from the Calgary Real Estate Board. I'm going to do something a little different. As I get to the end of this presentation, I'm going to compare July and August of last year to July and August of this year so you can see what happened year over the summer months. And then also I'm going to show you how many sales have taken place so far this year to the end of August. And then I'm also going to show you what we're projected to do for the rest of the year. And we'll be able to compare that to the last 5 years. So let's have a look. January through August. Here's your sales every single month. You can see here in August we did 1,584, which was down 3.8% over the month before, which was July. Now this makes sense because quite often you'll find that your August will be slower in terms of sales than July. A lot of people on holidays here, kids going back to school, not a lot of people thinking about buying and selling real estate. But also look at your inventory. You had 7,179 listings in July, 7,044 in August. So you can see your inventory was down, sales were down, inventory was down. What happens to months of inventory? Okay, we're at 4.4, we're at 4.4. So basically you take the listings, divide the sales into the listings, gives you your months of inventory. Now we started here at 6.8 in January. That is very much a buyer's market. Prices are going down. You can see we went down to 6, just on the edge of a buyer's market, and then we moved into a balanced market because a balanced market is 4 to 6. So you can see what's happened over the summer here, and look at your prices. You're in a balanced market, prices stayed almost the same, 453 and 454. So what happened if we compare July, or I should say August of this year opposed to August of last year? So look at this. You see here we did 1,491 sales, 2018. We did 1,584. August of 2019, our sales were up by 6.2%. So definitely we're moving the right way. What about prices? 2018, your average price was $484. You can see here, 2019, $454. So we look at that year over year right now, our prices are down by 6.1%. Why would that be? Because the first part of the year was very, very soft, as well as the latter part of last year. Now, here's your numbers, right, in terms of months of inventory. And this is something that I watch because this determines prices going up, prices going down. This determines the strength of the market in terms of pricing, not necessarily number of sales. So months of inventory. You can see here, if we look at August 2019, we had 4.4 months of inventory. Now look, we were August of 2018, we're at 5.5 months of inventory. So your market is strengthening. That doesn't mean there's more sales. It just means in terms of supply and demand that your market is strengthening. So look at August of 2017, we had 4.1. But if we look at this, this is 2019, the white one. Look where we started. Look where we started the year before. And then, of course, we'll go back another year, we started here. So we started very, very high. And of course, if we look at the end of last year, look how high you were right here. And this is why your prices have weakened over the end of last year to now. They've gone down a little bit because, see, we're at 6.2 months of inventory at the end of the year right here. And then, of course, we started this year up here. But look at where we are right now. We're below where we were last year. So that's all very good information, which I think is going to lead to a stronger fall. So if we compare the summer months, so 2018, July we did 1,547 and 1,491. Look at here. We did 1,646 opposed to 1,547, 1,584 opposed to 1,491. Okay, so you can see that your sales over the summer were a little bit better. Months of inventory. Last year, you had 5.5 in July, you had 5.5 in August, 4.4 and 4.4. So here you had your market was at the very end of balance moving towards buyers. Well, here you're starting to get down where you're getting closer to a seller's market. When we get a little bit lower in this, you'll see your prices will actually start to rise. So what's going to happen the rest of the year? Now, what I did was I took the last 5 years. I thought you might find, actually 6 years, you might find this interesting. So this here is how many sales you did for the whole year. So look at this. 2014, you did over 25,000 sales. Then we went down to 18,800. We had some oil issues here, right? Then 17,796, 18,884. And then last year we did 16,145. And that was because of interest rates, stress testing, and things like that. So what are we projecting this year? Well, if you look, in the first, say, January to August in 2018, you did 11,589. We had 11,587. Almost the same amount of sales took place. Now, what we did is we did a calculation and we figured out what percentage sell, okay, between January and August and September and December. 2/3 of the year, 1/3 of the year left. And based on our projections, we're probably going to do about 45.63. Now, I'm going to be honest, I think it's going to be a little more than that. I think your fall is going to be a little bit stronger. And at the end of the year, we'll probably come in about 16,150, which is slightly ahead of 2018. But I actually think by the time we're finished, this could be a little bit higher right here. So it's interesting. You can see what happened. Here we were rocking and rolling. We had some oil issues in here. And then, of course, as we get down into these numbers, we had the stress testing. We had interest rates going up and caused a lot of this to start going down. But I do believe what's starting to happen in the market in Calgary is it's starting to recover a little bit. It's not going to recover a lot, but I do suspect this fall will be a little bit stronger than it was last fall. You can see the first 2/3 of the year in terms of sales almost exactly the same. So saying that, I think you're going to have a little busier fall. I think there's going to be more opportunity out there. I think you're going to have more buyers that are interested. You can see what's going on with interest rates right now. If they're going to go anywhere, they're going to go down a little bit. So I would suggest take advantage of this fall. You got September, you got October, you got November, and you got December. You still got, based on projection, 4,563 sales that are going to take place. So the question is for you as a salesperson, who's going to get them? And I hope it's you. Anyway, I hope this was helpful. And remember, everybody, it's a beautiful life. Make it count.